Russia and Ukraine signed a deal this morning in Istanbul to reopen Ukraine's Black Sea ports for grain exporting.
The deal is raising hopes of easing the global food crisis that worsened after Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. Russia's Black Sea fleet created a blockade of Ukrainian ports, stranding tens of millions of tons of grain. Moscow denied it was responsible for worsening the food crisis. Officials instead blamed Western sanctions for slowing its own exports.
And joining us now with more from Dnipro, Ukraine, is CBS News foreign correspondent Holly Williams. Holly, what can you tell us about this grain export deal? And with grain trying to leave Ukrainian ports, how durable is this proposition that they've created? Is it really going to stick between these countries that aren't always so thrilled to get in the same room with each other?
Yeah, I think that is the question, right? So the hope is that because of this deal, now more than 20 million tons of grain that's been stuck here in Ukraine can be shipped to the rest of the world, perhaps beginning as early as tomorrow. That grain has been stuck in silos because of a Russian naval blockade, which has contributed to a spike in world food prices. The United Nations says that 345 million people are now, quote, marching to the brink of starvation. And Russia has been accused of using hunger as a weapon of war, though, of course, Moscow denies that. Ukraine is one of the, at least before the war, was one of the world's biggest exporters of grain. It's often referred to as the breadbasket of Europe. With this deal now done and hopes that shipments of grain will begin, we've already seen wheat prices fall off the back of this good news. But as you just suggested with your question, there's zero trust between these two countries, Ukraine and Russia. And in fact, we've already had a Ukrainian official coming out and saying that he predicts that Vladimir Putin will use this deal somehow as leverage, and he expects him to deliberately create bottlenecks.
Well, Holly, the head of the UK's intelligence service, MI6 Chief Richard Moore, spoke at the Aspen Security Forum in Colorado, where he said he believes Russia is running out of steam in its war on Ukraine. What evidence does he have to back that assessment?
Well, look, the head of Britain's Foreign Intelligence Service said that essentially Russia is going to run out of manpower and run out of military equipment. And that's a pretty stark assessment when it comes to Russia's military capabilities here in Ukraine. But it chimes in with other things, you know, that have been going on. I mean, we know that Russia suffered a string of really embarrassing military failures, certainly in the early parts of the invasion. Ukraine says that more than 35,000 Russian troops have now been killed here in Ukraine. We can't independently verify that. The US puts the number considerably lower at around 15,000, but however way you look at it, that's a staggering loss of life. Excuse me. And then just this week, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff said that in the last 90 days, the Russian military has only advanced between 6 and 10 miles in eastern Ukraine, and that the Ukrainians are making the Russians pay for every inch of territory that they gain.
With all that in mind, what is your take on these U.S. intelligence reports that the Kremlin could try to annex several Russian-controlled regions in Ukraine? How are the Russians and the Ukrainians responding to this? And with everything you just mentioned, do you think they even have the capacity to do that at this point?
Well, I think those reports were judged to be not remotely but surprising by anyone here in Ukraine. I mean, think back to 2014, the last time Russia invaded Ukraine, it annexed Crimea. I mean, this is annexing territory is just kind of straight out of the Russian playbook. Remember also that this week we heard from the Russian Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, who said that Russia's territorial ambitions extend beyond simply eastern Ukraine. Once again, not remotely surprising. First of all, the Russians have captured swaths of territory in southern Ukraine during their bloody invasion of this country. And once again, if you think back to the start of the invasion, it was very clearly their intention to capture the capital, Kyiv.
Holly Williams, thank you to you and your whole crew. Everyone, please stay safe.